Welcome to the Songwriter Connection, the podcast that delves deep into the art and heart of songwriting. Each week, we gather around the dining room table to uncover the stories behind the songs. We invite you to join us on a journey through the creative minds of the songwriters who shape the melodies of our lives. From Nashville, Tennessee, here's your host, Dave Lenahan.
Oh, we're moving ever closer to that 2 million downloads and streams point right there. And we thank you for spreading the word and getting us out there, the Songwriter Connection podcast. I'll share with some personal news. I never wanted to be about me, but can we make it about me for like a second here? This week in Nashville, this is March 10th as we're recording this. And if you're listening on the date it came out, it's April the 16th. And every Wednesday, we're out there with a new episode. We've got a great guest for you today, too. But I want to tell you that this week, I'm doing something I have never done. This is another self-exploring adventure for yours truly. I am about to start working on a film that's being filmed here in Nashville. And dig this. It's one of those Hallmark movies. And it's going to be called Music City Mistletoe. And I get to play like... It's like typecast, I know. I'm an old songwriter. I think I could pull that off. Right. Although I'm a little nervous. I haven't done that kind of stuff. Now, our guest today has been on TV a lot. I mean, she's been on, American Idol, a couple of times on America's Got Talent, right?
Indeed.
And then, like just last year, this happened.
Look, she got her guitar.
Got her guitar.
No.
I'm literally shaking.
Let me hear this. And that's you playing.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of those people's jaw hit the floor. If you don't know this show, it's called I See Your Voice, right?
I could see your voice, yes.
And what they did is they dressed people up in different costumes and stuff. You were a fisherman?
Yes, I was.
Our guest is Macey Mac. Macey, thank you. What a voice.
Oh, thank you for having me, Dave. Thank you. I always tell folks that I've been wailing since I came out the womb. So, yeah.
I believe that. I've read that you started singing like at age 6, right?
Right.
Then professionally about 11. And then, how old were you when you were on America's Got Talent the first time?
I was around 13, 14.
13, 14. Wow. Pretty amazing.
It was.
Blew a lot of people away. And I remember, I'm thinking about back when, every now and then I run a writer's round. And we had this little place around the corner from me that I was hosting. And you were a guest in somebody's round, and I didn't know who you were then. Right. But I heard you singing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl's unbelievable. Oh. And your mom was there, and we met, we talked, and I've been a fan ever since. So I want to thank you for taking the time to be on our show.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I appreciate your time.
You know what I love about you? You're tiny like me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tiny but mighty.
Right. We get better air. You know?
It depends who's around us, right?
Right. Right. We get a good breeze, you know, because hot air rises.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Right.
There's an old joke that Mel Tillis used to tell.
Oh, I love Mel Tillis.
About, I think they were gophers or whatever, but I'm not even going to go into that. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. You're going to get the joke. So look it up. I think it was the gophers. But anyway, it's nice to have you. And these are exciting times for you, isn't it? Indeed.
It really is. I'm just beyond pumped.
Well,
I really am.
I just want to catch up a little bit. Were you living in Florida when I first met you? And just coming up here?
Actually, I think it was in 2024. I was living here.
You were living here?
I've been here in Nashville since 2023.
Born in Mississippi, raised in Florida, the Ocala area, right?
Yes, Central Florida.
I'm very, very familiar with that. My folks used to live in a little town outside of Ocala called Wildwood.
Oh, yeah. Villages area.
Villages have taken over.
It sure, they sure have. I've played in the Villages many a time.
A lot of gigs in there, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah. Florida is just entertainment central for sure. And I made a good living down there and played with some amazing bands and folks, and just really blessed. But then I just got, the Nashville bug and wanted to move here and pursue, writing and, recording in the studio.
Yep.
And, if you want to be an artist, you kind of have to come to Nashville, or country artists especially.
And is that what you're after?
Yes.
Yep. But the thing is, you really are genreless, because you've got this powerful voice, and you've mixed gospel and country, even a little rock and blues,
right,
and you mix it all in there, and you've got the Macey Mac sound, don't you?
I totally do. I'm inspired by way too much, probably.
There's no such thing.
Right.
No.
That is true. As an artist, you have to be completely open-minded to everything that comes your way, and that also it makes you a more more of a character, I guess.
And a rounded person. I'm looking over
Absolutely.
your influences there. Janis Joplin, I can hear you doing Janis.
Right.
Dolly, Johnny Cash, Linda Ronstadt, Retha. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, amazing.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Those are all good.
Yeah, those artists.
And folks to emulate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're just incredible, and their stories and their backgrounds is just too neat, and to hear that in their vocals and their songwriting is just, it blows me away. And I'm thankful that I was brought up on good music too. So
yes, you were. Absolutely. Now, you signed a record deal this year.
I did.
So let's talk about that a little bit. That's exciting.
It is indeed. So, and ever since then, we're kind of just getting the ball rolling on releasing some songs, and it's been really awesome. I'm really excited for everybody to hear what we've been cooking. And
you've been cooking for sure.
Yes,
we have. Play a song here in just a little bit. Your recent single. But I want to introduce your guest here. You've got. Is this the head of the label? Right? It's the label head.
Yes, sir.
It is.
This is Adam Box. Hi, Adam.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I almost said Fox, but I know it's Box.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, it's an uncommon last name. Although I've never met another Box in my life.
Never.
Never. And everybody asked me about a Terry Joe.
Terry
Box.
Joe. Yeah.
So I guess we may be related. I don't know.
Maybe you are. You guys need to get together. She's a heck of a songwriter.
She is.
One of these days, we're going to get her on this show. Yeah. One of these days,
Well, I'm the first Box here.
You're the first Box here.
Yeah.
And he's a big guy. Mason, I got to stand up on a box just to shake your hand.
Right.
Well, I wanted to say the old proverb is that a crowded elevator smells different tiny man.
Oh, goodness.
That's what I was getting after. You should have just popped that in there, man.
Right.
That's what I was getting after. That's funny, man. So you play drums, guitar, and multi-instruments, right?
I really only feel comfortable saying I played drums my whole life.
Yeah.
And I've made my career playing drums.
Right.
But when you are a producer, you end up playing a lot of instruments. And the thing is, I got as many takes as I need. I own the studio.
There you go.
I can take as long as I need. But I do have to relearn it every time I want to play it, because my mind it operates like a drummer. It does.
Can we tell the folks who you drum for?
Sure, yeah. It's Brothers Osborne. I've been with them since basically the beginning.
Incredible.
12 years, and it's been a really great ride. I'm thankful to be in something from the ground up. And see it, the inside, inside out.
Yeah. How did you run into Macey Mac?
Well, initially, she was coming across my feed. She was really young. I guess me and her mom, I don't know if I'd ever met your mom, but somehow we were matched on Facebook. But I would see Macey and I would say, this girl really has a quality that is beyond her years. There's something going on here that is exceptional. And I told her mom, I said, hey, whatever y'all are doing, I knew she was playing with some older guys in Ocala. And I said, keep doing that. Keep cutting her teeth on that, because she's going to get better. If you think she's good now, it's just going to get exponentially better. So I just kept tabs on them, and then eventually really encouraged her to come on. And when she said that she wanted to move to Nashville, it was kind of it's not necessarily required, but it's something about being willing to do it that everything that is owed to you, or if anything is owed to you, which nothing is, but if it is, it'll start coming because you're willing to make that sacrifice sometimes. And I knew she was, so I knew she was serious, so I was willing to work with her. Yeah.
That's really good. And you've been here how long now, Macey?
Well, this would be the third year.
3rd year?
So third year. Awesome.
So you're learning lots, I bet. Huh?
I am.
You've been writing songs and
it is songwriting central here.
Yeah,
so, and it's definitely a whole different thing from what I was used to from Florida. I songwrited a little bit down in Florida, but I really had to, kind of really get into songwriting once I got here. But I had like a little bit of chops, but
I'll say.
Oh, thank you. But really, I credit a lot to my co-writers as well, because really, to make a good song, it's neat to have. I mean, some people you get a bunch of co-writers in a room, and one person has their story and another person has their story.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring all of them together and create an even bigger and cooler story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
3 heads.
So, yes.
None of them one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it is cool. So getting in that room, you learn a lot. But you know what? As far as performance, you could tell you have performed a lot because you command a stage. Even on that TV show that we just played a bit from, you got on that stage and they handed you your guitar and you were just like, bam. Right. You own that stage and that big voice, incredible.
Thank you.
And that's just talent. That's just, and learning to do it, having done it again and again and again.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I performed a lot down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I love performing on the stage, and it's really awesome and getting to interact with the audience, and yeah, it's something very special.
Entertains. Well, let's talk about this new record that came out. I know we're in April now, and you probably have a new one coming soon. But let's talk about Sneaking Around. And this is the first single from your record?
It is.
Mm-hmm. Produced by our friend Adam?
It is.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about the song.
Okay, so it was written by Adam and I and Jack Williams, who is another amazing songwriter. He's had cuts from like Greg Allman and
I know him. Jack Williams has been on this show. Really good friends with Kevin Costner. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In fact, I think he was in one of Kevin's movies recently.
Yeah, I produced that stuff for him too.
Did you really? Yeah. He's an interesting artist. Yeah. So
you
wrote with him.
Indeed. He is an awesome dude. He's living down in Muscle Shoals now.
Oh, wow.
So, but he comes up to Nashville, and he's kind of been working with us from like the start too, and helped us kind of find my sound a little bit too, because Jack, for people that don't know Jack's kind of like him and Johnny Cash could be probably like distantly related, if anything, from the like lives that he's lived, and he's awesome. But we got together and we were like, how can we just like make a song that would like kind of fit for me? And we kind of just started coming out and saying like, Mama don't like them, Daddy can't stand them, preacher says he ain't no good, kind of deal. And if anything that people love is kind of like a love story, but the thing with like songwriting, you want to make it relatable, and most of the time the subjects that you're limited to is like love or being scorned by love, or there's no love at all, or you can have whatever subject you're talking about. Yeah. So, but usually in most cases the song's going to be about love, because that's just what the human heart wants to talk about the most.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
So, but this song, kind of everybody's been through it. They've met somebody and they aren't too sure what like the public would think if you like went, if you told everybody about it, and they just would, I don't know.
So, so you got to sneak around a little bit.
Right.
It's got a really cool intro. Let's take a look at it.
Thank you.
This is streaming everywhere right now, and the video comes out, tomorrow as we're recording this today, but it's out there right now.
Yes.
YouTube page? Got a YouTube page?
Indeed. Vivo and Macey Mac.
It's Macey Mac. It's MAC, folks. Let's listen to Sneaking Around. Macey Mac is our guest. Thank goodness. Good to have you here on the Songwriter Connection podcast.
Thank you.
Mama don't like 'em, daddy can't stand 'em. Preacher says they ain't no good. I see something different, the goodness in 'em is just misunderstood. Can't help what I'm feeling, got my whole heart reeling in my head, thinking we should skip town. But for now, the only way we get still away, we gotta keep on sneaking around. Digging deeper through the dollar, hiding in the shadows, trying not to make a sound. Don't have a doubt, we're good inside now, gonna keep on sneaking around. Oh, 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 ain't turning back 'cause I've already fallen. Oh, heads gonna roll when the truth comes scrolling. If they could only see the light on the dark end of the street that our hearts have found. If they only knew they've been doing it too, Lord knows they be sneaking around. Digging deeper to the devil, hiding in the shadows, trying not to make a sound. Don't have a doubt, we're good inside now, gonna keep on sneaking around. Oh, 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 ain't turning back 'cause I've already fallen. Oh, heads gonna roll when the truth comes rolling. Digging deeper to the devil, hiding in the shadows, trying not to make a sound. Don't have a doubt, we're good inside now, gonna keep on sneaking around. Oh, ain't turning back 'cause I've already fallen. Oh, heads gonna roll when the truth comes crawling. Oh, ain't turning back 'cause I've already fallen. Oh, heads gonna roll when the truth comes crawling.
Well, that's Macey Mac, and it's called Sneaking Around, her brand new song out there. We got a new one coming out soon. Like every 8 weeks, you're going to put one out? Is that the
Yes.
idea?
That's the plan.
So is this like the title cut that we just heard, or there are other ones coming out?
There are other ones. We're just kind of giving like sneak peeks of like what my sound is going to be, and one of these songs we think that it's just going to resonate with my audience, and it's just going to kind of click. But we got to figure out which ones that's going to be, you know. So, but just kind of like put them.
So this is still kind of experimental, huh?
Absolutely.
What's going to work and what's not?
Right.
Well, that's good.
Right.
That's really good. How many have you recorded so far?
Well, she's probably got, as far as the writing goes, accumulated, maybe 40 songs or so.
That's great.
And
Wow.
she, this first one, Sneaking Around, that you just heard, we wanted to kick the door open.
Yeah.
But
And
I
that does.
I don't think they would be able to, when they hear what's next and what's after that, they're not going to be able to just peg her down on that first thing. It's all cohesive, but
Good.
I don't, it's still going to be a journey nonetheless.
Yeah.
If it don't have to be smash radio hit every single time, but it could be worthy of this particular time.
Right.
Yeah.
Radio's still where it's at, isn't it?
It's it's a model that's still there.
Still there. Yeah. They pay the majority of the royalties, though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So, well, that's cool. That's all right. And that thing's you're building your audience and your base, and you're watching it grow.
Totally.
Yeah. So very cool. As far as songwriting, so you're learning from guys like Jack and Adam here,
Right.
So, do you feel you found your voice yet your writing voice yet? Is it getting there?
I do. It depends in like songwriting, because sometimes I'll come in with like a really good melody, and other times I'll come in with like a really good title, and other times I'll come in with like a pretty good hook. So more so, I've written a couple things by myself, but I just kind of prefer more to do co-writes.
Yeah. And that's the thing here in Nashville.
It is.
Co-write, don't we? Yeah.
Right. It's good to have that collaboration. Like I was mentioning earlier, it's just kind of putting all the stories out on the board for everybody to pick and choose what lines work best, and kind of molding a storyline.
So where do you draw from? Where's your inspiration come from?
Well, I don't even know where to begin, honestly. Well, I was born and raised in Mississippi, and so a lot of my sound is kind of, old soulish. I listen to a lot of country and rock and blues and soul and draw and gospel and bluegrass, just everything. And
good. Which makes you genreless. It really does.
Right.
That's the buzzword right now. She's genreless.
Totally.
Can't put her in a box.
So, right.
Sorry, borrow your name there, Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But kind of like what I lean towards the most is kind of having something that's like swampy, you know, like rockin', and something that's like fun to perform on stage.
Yeah.
Story wise, I'm 21, but I've been through a little bit. For anybody that's ever like moved a whole bunch in their life, it's kind of a challenge to like really like restart your life over and over and over again.
You've done that a few times in your at your age. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Whenever I was living in Mississippi, I lived in Hattiesburg, Tupelo, where Elvis is originally from.
That's right. Yeah.
I went to his elementary school.
Did you?
I did.
Elvis Elementary.
Yeah. It actually called Lawhon Elementary, but
they should call it Elvis Elementary.
I know, right?
Right.
They have a big old I don't want to say like a monument, but like a big old shelf with like tons of like Elvis memorabilia, and right across the corner is like the drive-in that he would always go to, and they have his booth where everybody can go sit at. And so I went there whenever I was living in Tupelo, and I've lived in Meridian, Mississippi, where Jimmy Rogers, the grandfather of country music.
Singing Brakeman, yeah. Really helped start it all, yeah.
Right.
His first really big country star.
Yes, yeah. And then I lived in Brandon, and eventually made my way down to Florida.
Wow.
So,
I've
accumulated quite a bit of stories, and
how is it that you moved around so much? Military family? Or?
I was with my mom, and so kind of like a single mom kind of situation, and her trying to figure out like what's best for her life, career wise. And, in Mississippi, she's a recreational therapist, and so she wanted to try different things, and
very strong woman, sounds like. Yeah.
Indeed. So, and I come from a family of women that, I don't want to say they wear the pants in the relationship, but if anything,
but they do.
Yeah. If they're going,
I'll be the first to say.
Right. They're going to speak their minds, and I get a lot of that from them.
Yeah.
So, but I come from a family of very strong women, for sure.
Good. That's good.
So,
explains a lot.
But yes.
So where'd that big voice come from?
I honestly really don't know. I'm self-taught just from listening to my favorite artist. I've had a few vocal coaches.
I was going to ask if you did, yeah.
Right, that have kind of helped me with like, breathing and certain vocal warm-ups that are helpful.
One of the things I noticed, especially from that TV show that we played a little bit of, you open your mouth, and my first vocal coach says, when you want to hit those high notes, you got to open your mouth. And she showed me pictures of Steven Tyler opening his mouth,
Exactly.
And I go, wow, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
It really helps you to build it out, doesn't it?
That's right. I mean, if you look at like any like instrument, I guess you could like use guitar, and the science behind that. It has a big sound hole, a big sound hole. So,
And we are born with big sound holes.
Right.
Maybe tiny, but we got a big sound hole, don't we?
Right,
Let's play another song that you got maybe coming out. Adam's playing guitar for you here. And because we always put live music around the dining room table. It's part of what we do in Songwriter Connection.
Oh, yeah.
So let's do one more. Tell us the story behind it, then we'll take a break.
I'll actually bridge the gap for the songwriter and the producer.
Yeah.
Is when she brought me, you want to tell who you wrote the song with?
I wrote this song with Ava Page and Becca Ray.
Ava has been on this show, too. I love Ava Page. She's wonderful.
She is incredible. And,
great songwriter.
We're close to
and
this.
cancer survivor. She's an amazing story.
She is.
Yeah.
She is, and she's an incredible person and so sweet. And she's around my age, and just she is so mature for her age, and we really can relate to one another. And
I'll bet.
She's a little businesswoman too, so she knows what she's doing. So,
she does.
And Becca Ray is really phenomenal too. Her and Ava collaborate a lot in songwriting, but I came in with this one idea, and this was kind of like whenever I was first like really new to songwriting, but I happened to just have amazing connections and really awesome people that I've met in Nashville that have really think that what I've got cooking could be something pretty neat.
That's cool.
And I went into the songwrite, and I came in with this one idea of something about dust. I like a dusty shelf kind of deal.
Yeah.
And like putting love up on like a dusty shelf. And they were like, okay, let's not really like go with the idea. They weren't feeling it. And so we just kind of started having therapy time.
Sometimes that happens.
Right.
In a songwriting session.
Exactly. And so they were like, Macey, tell me about your love life. What's going on there? And so I was telling them, I was like, well, it's kind of like non-existent, at the moment. And also at the same time, like, I was kind of like had, weird feelings about love too, because just from what I've like seen in relationships, my parents are separated, and they've both been through a whole bunch, and I've seen a lot of love go down in flames, and it's tough to get into a relationship and have both people agreeing that there's a strong commitment there and a strong connection that will like last. Yeah. So this song's called Cut Out for Me, and there's times whenever you can be really hopeful about love, but this is more on the end of like, man, maybe love isn't cut out for me in this moment of time in my life at the least.
Oh, that's good.
So, but with any relationship that you got to go into, you got to give it your all.
I agree. Let's give it your all right now. Let's hear it, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Macey Mac is with us.
Cool.
All right. Let's see.
Well, I kissed a boy, and he kissed me back. Felt I skip a beat, weak in the knees, like every girl has. I let him hold my hand, run his fingers through my hair. Just young enough to believe there was something real there. But it don't take long, true colors will show. Had to learn the hard way about mirrors and smoke. Don't you dare say I'm just naive. The falling ain't worth the crash and the scars that leaves. After everything I had to lose and lived through and seen, no, I don't think love's cut out for me. I know that a heart can only take so much, 'cause that's what growing up in a broken home does. Watch my daddy putting mama through hell, and thought, why would I
rock star is Macey Mac, and it's Adam Box on the guitar. I love the twist. We always talk about the twist in a song. I mean, you could have said, I'm not cut out for love, but no.
Right.
Love's not cut out for me.
Right.
Love that. Turn things around.
Totally.
We're going to take a little break.
Cool.
Stay with us. Macey Mac is with us. Mighty, mini but mighty.
Awesome.
You're listening to the Songwriter Connection with Dave Linehan. Find us on Facebook and YouTube at the Songwriter Connection Podcast. And find Dave at thedaveconnection.com. Now back to the show with your host, Dave Linehan.
Yeah, there's links there to my music and also to the radio show, which is the Nashville Connection. And, of course, all the latest podcast is always there at the Dave Connection. And, by the way, if you're listening on YouTube, though we're not a video podcast, I'm a radio guy, please hit like and subscribe because that will help us to eventually monetize on YouTube, too. So appreciate you for that. Yeah. Macey Mac is our guest. Macey, good to have you here. I've been wanting you on this show for a long time, since I first saw you sing at 12 Keys.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm happy to be here, and you're such an awesome person, Dave.
Oh.
I remember whenever that night was a lot of fun. Kiersey Jolie is who
It was Kiersey. Yes.
Yes.
I was just chatting with her this week. We're going to get her in here too.
Yes.
You know, I'll just tell you a little bit about Kiersey. Is she your age? She's younger than you.
She's younger than I am.
Yeah. I first met her at some round I was doing, and she had played harmonica. And I had some upbeat songs. I said, honey, you want to come up and play harmonica?
Right.
Like, she plugs her harmonica into this thing, and then she plugs it in another thing. And that girl plays harp like, oh, man.
She sure does.
And she's played like Jamie Johnson, a lot of big stars and stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
She's a songwriter well. So
She is.
You played with her that night.
I did.
What a round that must have been.
It was. And she's so sweet, too. And whenever she plays harmonica, like, something otherworldly goes on, and she's an incredible songwriter. I
She really is.
wrote a tune with her not too long ago, and she's just awesome. But that night, I remember you were like a couple rounds after us, and you just had just this light around you that was like so fun. And
you're so sweet.
I knew that you were a big country fan after hearing your songs that you had wrote, and they were just such a good time. They got the crowd toe tapping and everything.
Oh,
so
thank you for saying that.
And I remember how after we had talked and really got to know one another. And I told you about how I'm related to Johnny Russell, who...
That's right. I almost forgot.
Yes.
Johnny Russell, if you don't know, wrote Act Naturally.
Yes.
Beatles, and it was a country hit as well.
Right.
How about that?
He's my third cousin.
Third cousin.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet him before he passed away, but he was a former member of the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, yeah,
and
he was. Yeah.
Friends with Dolly Parton, dated her sister.
Wow.
Stella.
Stella Parton, okay.
Yeah. And he, from what I know, he was such an amazing man. And whenever I got music started kind of rolling and it kind of became what it is, Johnny Russell kept popping up more and more. And, it kind of feels like I'm carrying another music legacy in the family. And
That is so cool.
My family, besides Johnny, though, isn't really musical.
Really?
So it's kind of like my own path that I'm going down. And
Here's the kind of the ironic thing about all of this. Johnny Russell, I got to meet him like my first trip to Nashville when I was a young country DJ.
Really?
And he was hanging out with Kenny Price at the time. And those are two they were big men.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Big men.
Yes. And I'm the complete opposite,
And you
which
are
is really
this
weird.
tiny little-
Right. His thing, whenever he would go on stage, he would always ask the audience, "Can everybody see me all right?" I could.
You could steal that joke.
Right.
man.
I could use it on the whole opposite end, you know?
Well, there you go.
Right. He was a jokester for sure. So,
I remember his song, Redneck, White Socks, and Blue Ribbon Beer. Remember that one, Adam?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
Great guy.
there's one song that he also wrote for Gene. He had a lot of cuts too. He wrote a song called "Got No Reason Now for Going Home." He was on that, right? I believe for Gene Watson.
Gene Watson,
singer.
Still one of the best country voices ever.
Oh yeah,
ever in the history of him and George Jones. You know.
Indeed.
Can Marty Raven be in there?
I think Marty. Yeah, Marty. And you know, I saw Marty not too long ago playing at the Opry. Dude still got it, man. He hasn't lost it one. I mean, he is. Can he sing? Oh man.
Indeed.
Yeah, anyway, different eras though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm an old soul.
You're an old soul. I've seen that about you.
Right?
Yeah, an old soul. I love that. So songwriting's in your blood.
It is. So it's bound to be. And
Well, let me ask you, how old were you when you first started writing? Do you remember, like,
around 13. Well,
13?
Actually, I remember from being like really young, and this is like before I even really started pursuing music. I always liked to sing.
Yeah.
I would sing in like nursing homes whenever I was like younger
That's
and
great.
stuff, and bring like a little jukebox, and I wore a pink sparkly fedora.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
And
Doing like the karaoke thing, huh?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like really young. But I remember sitting on my Mama's front porch swing, and I had a Minnie Mouse notebook, and I wrote a song, and I don't know where it is. But I remember, writing like whatever it was. But I think God just made it to where I've always constantly had a song in my heart,
That's great.
So
That whole first part about Mama's porch and you're sitting, you just painted the picture. You got to put that in a song sometime.
Oh yeah, my Mama is my best friend besides my mom, of course. So we're all very close knit family.
That's good. Is she here in Nashville now too? Or no?
It's just my mom
Just
and
your
I
mom.
here in Nashville. And I was really close with my grandparents. I'm an only child. Yeah. So I was the firstborn grandchild. So
so you're number one.
And spoiled, to say the least.
I was the first grandchild from my grandmother, and she always called me number one. I always said, "You're number one." Number
Right.
one.
Well, I don't want my cousins to be listening, but usually whenever your mema's like some password, for like not their phone, but like for whatever thing they have to get into. And if your name is in the password, you've made it, I guess.
Yeah. I had that for a long time.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Wonderful. Can we hear another song and another story behind it?
Sure. Well, since we're kind of like sitting at the dinner table,
We are.
And most songs really kind of come out of being like at a dinner table, I guess.
I think they always sound better there too.
Right. And ironically, this song was written on like at a dining room table too. So
this is my writer's room as well. So many great songs have been written. Well, not great, but a lot of songs have been written around this table.
I don't doubt it. It's a cool spot for those of y'all that can't see, but it is really cool. Dave has a wonderful setup.
Well, thank you.
So, but this song, I wrote it with Stephen Hunley, who is an incredible songwriter, and Eric Dodd, who is also an incredible songwriter.
Wow,
and
what a team.
This was our first co-write and first time meeting them, but I heard so many good things about them, and got together, and we started talking about our lives and stuff, and we started kind of having a faith-based conversation, and we just like kind of came to the conclusion to where there's a lot of difficulties that goes on in life, but what's number one overall is love. And we I don't know who spouted out the line, I guess, but we said, let's write a song called like Made with Love, and that eventually became the title.
I love it. Can't wait to hear it.
It's perfect for being at a dinner table, so I hope it doesn't make everybody listening hungry. It only has a little bit of cooking mentioned in it.
A little bit of cooking.
You'll hear the twists and turns in the song.
Good. Love twists and turns.
Yeah. I'm excited for y'all to hear it.
in the kitchen and the oven's on. I can smell it now, won't be long. When you measure with your heart, it'll be just enough. Yeah, every last bite was made with love. Honeymoon flirting with the birds and the bees. Tack another branch on the family tree. Soon to be mama with a cute little baby bump. God bless that child made with love. If you're gonna do it, yeah, put your heart to it and let it do what it does. A little bit goes a long way, spreads like wildfire, pours down like rain. Blue collar boy with calloused hands, working night and day 'cause he's got a plan. When the paycheck comes, he's gonna call it rough. Yeah, every last dime was made with love. Oh, if you're gonna do it, yeah, put your heart to it and let it do what it does. A little bit goes a long way, spreads like wildfire, pours down like rain. Now let me tell you now, if you're gonna do it, yeah, put your heart to it and let it do what it does. A little bit goes a long way, spreads like wildfire, pours down like rain. The sun, the moon, the stars in the sky, from things that swim and wings that fly, even you and me, from the maker's hands above. Yeah, this whole wide world was made with love. Now don't you know, it was made with love. It was made with love. It was made with love. Are you into that, don't you?
Love it.
Thank you.
Man, Macey Mac's our guest. She is alumnus of America's Got Talent, on that show twice. Idol, you were on American Idol. Oh my goodness!
Yes.
And then this most recent one was called "I See Your Voice."
Yes.
So tell us, can we talk about that experience?
Sure.
So the first one was America's Got Talent, right?
It is, and also congratulations about your movie.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's really exciting.
Get to play an old songwriter.
Right.
Ready to retire because he's had it with the business.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so anyway, but cool. I mean, seriously. American. You just don't walk into that show and audition, do you? What? Tell us the process.
Well,
That's exciting.
It is. So where it kind of all started, we just kind of thought that it was something to go do. America's Got Talent was coming in at the time. I was living in Ocala, and we decided to go. What you initially would think to go do, you would go through the lines, woke up really early in the morning, and did an audition with like a executive producer, and he, liked what I had going on, and then I had another audition with more higher up producers, and then I had a interview later on that day. And we were there super duper early in the morning, and then we left around like 10 o'clock at night.
Oh my,
and
long day.
Right. And this was like going through like the lines that you'll like see on TV that they'll show.
Unbelievable.
But what a lot of people don't know is that it's like rare to make it as far as, I did as far as going to the interview portion for like America's Got Talent.
So you actually got to sit in front of Howie Mandel. Who's all in that? That's Howie Mandel and Heidi Klum and all them? Is that them?
Simon Cowell,
Simon?
Heidi Klum, and I think Sofia Vergara's on there now.
Yeah.
But whenever I was on there, I did it twice. So, Tyra Banks was the host, and Simon Cowell was there. Howie Mandel
it used to be Mel B, who was from the Spice Girls,
Sure.
and Heidi Klum. And, I
Were you nervous in front of them?
I slightly.
Yeah?
I was more so just really excited to just go ahead and
More excited than nervous.
Right, right.
I love that. Mm-hmm.
So I think that's just like what nerves really are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it truly is. It's just like excitement about it.
Mm-hmm. Just learn how to channel it, don't you?
Exactly. Learning how to channel your nervousness and your worries of like what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So how was it that you got on twice?
So, well, I think it had to do with they pick what they're going to show on the shows, you know?
Yeah.
And they only showed like a little bit of me, that the one season that I went on, cause I went out there twice.
And you were very young the first time, right? 13, 14?
I was around 13, 14. And then the second time was around, 2020. So I was around like, 17, 18, around that area.
Mm-hmm.
And, at that time, Sofia Vergara was a judge, and so was Heidi, and Simon Cowell, and Howie, and Terry Crews was the host.
Okay.
So, but it was a lot of fun. The first time that I auditioned with Folsom Prison Blues
Ooh, cool.
by Johnny Cash, and I also did Blue Moon of Kentucky.
Wow.
So
Two great songs.
Indeed. So, but this is really early, so I was more really in the like pure country era, like to where like I would just wear actual cowgirl boots,
Would
you know,
really?
everywhere, and I had it wasn't for all the like girls that are listening, you know. At one point, everybody was like wearing like headbands across their forehead, kind of bringing back the like '60s, you know, Woodstock style. And let me tell you, I collected a lot of headbands and wore them across my forehead and claimed that as my thing.
I read somewhere that you said you're a little hippie.
I am a little hippie. I am. Yeah. So, you know, the whole peace and love thing for sure. Yeah. To where, you know, just being love nature and being a good person to everybody. You know,
I can see that about you. Now, did you do American Idol after America's Got Talent?
I did.
And were you asked? I'm trying to figure out how that process. I imagine doing that has changed your life, and people were coming to you, huh?
Well, it's all about the friends that you make along the way. Because
so networking, right?
Networking. I met producers that were like, you know, you should come do American Idol, and I got you know, private auditions to go audition for American Idol, and I did that, and that was around COVID. And what I would say, just if COVID couldn't have been any worse, going on TV shows and having to be tested a whole bunch and wearing masks the whole time was probably like even worse. Oh my. So, but honestly, all the TV stuff that I've done is from like producers reaching out to me because I've made friends with them, and they also loved what I had going on and believed in me and kept up with me to where and also kept me in mind, which is, you know, really awesome that they, you know, thought of me to come audition for the show. And for I Can See Your Voice, that was from a producer that I met through American Idol. So
cool.
So, and she was like, you'll be perfect for this show. For those of you that don't know, you have to like dress up in a certain character, and there are bad singers and there are good singers.
Right.
So,
and the contestants have to predict which one.
Exactly, if you're a good or a bad singer. And the bad singers, they do actually like sing bad on the show. What you do is that you lip sync and you perform a song, and the contestant has to figure out if you're a good or bad singer just from that lip syncing performance. And you could fool the judges. So, but if you're a bad singer and they think that you're a good singer, you're going to go up and you're there's.
And the little lady thought you were a bad singer.
Yeah.
And she was wrong. You wowed them.
And indeed, though I made it pretty far, they were convinced that I that I was a good singer, because some of them were like, I can just like sense her presence. And then one of the judges, he played drums, and he caught me toe tapping while I was doing the lip syncing, and he's like, you know what? I don't think that, a bad singer would keep beat and rhythm while they're going.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I shouldn't have done that, because I wanted to trick them. I wanted them to think that I was a bad singer, but
you were a fisherman.
I was a fisherman.
Do you like to fish?
I do like to fish.
Yeah.
I don't get to do it very often, but I lived in Florida, and
Sure.
I got
part
to,
of the area.
Right.
It comes with the territory.
Exactly. Lots of water. So I got to fish a little bit, but honestly, like, my life is music, and so I had to figure out like another hobby to kind of like put on my resume, I guess. So, but I do like to fish. It's really peaceful.
It does. It is.
And I don't get to do it very often, because I'm normally performing or songwriting and honing in on my music.
You're very busy these days. I can only imagine.
Oh yeah. Oh,
what's next for you?
Oh, well, that's I said well, and well's a pretty deep subject. But lots of things. Honestly, I want to keep doing music and putting these songs out there, these singles, and to perform. And what I'm looking to do next is to kind of put myself out there a little bit more performing-wise in Nashville, too, and looking to do like showcases as well.
Oh yeah, that's
and
great.
seeing what comes, even from just like the little things that I've done here in Nashville. Everybody's just kind of been like, wow, we're on board. We want to be able to be a part of what's going on.
About this town. Open arms. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm glad you found that here.
Indeed.
Can we hear one more song before we have to go away? Yeah. I just want to hear that voice again.
Oh, yeah.
That amazing voice. Tell us about this song, and this is another one that's going to be coming out soon, huh?
It is. This one I wrote with Adam and Jack Williams. So
Jack Williams.
Another awesome trio.
Mm-hmm.
So we just kind of, songwriting wise, know what works, I guess. So, and just kind of that magic.
You got
happens.
that magic team. Yeah,
Right.
You got to keep that going.
Right. And those people that you vibe with, it's just like you have to keep that a-rolling.
You really do, because it's all about the vibe.
Definitely. So, and thankfully everybody that I've written with, they've all been just awesome folks.
That's great.
So,
yeah, they got you with the best right now. That's good. That's where you need to be.
Thank you.
What's this one called?
This one's called I'll Come Running. And it's really a sweet song, and I'm looking forward to people hearing it.
Cool.
So it hits you for sure in the feels.
I need to be hit right now.
Good. Hit in a good way. Hit right in the feels. Yeah. Some days you're flying, headed right for the sun, high through the clouds like life has just begun. Then you get lost up in its twists and turns. They'll break your heart so bad it makes it burn. When those weary eyes just wanna cry, look over your shoulder, 'cause right on time I'll come running straight to you. I'll come running when you need me to. Any place, anytime, anywhere you are. When your light's burning out, I'll bring you back from the dark. You just call my name before the devil even knows you're down.
come running when you need me to. Any place, any time, anywhere you are. When your light's burning out, I'll bring you back from the dark. Ain't no mountain too deep, ain't no river too steep that can come close to slowing me down. I'll come running, I'll come running, I'll come running, I'll come running.
She is Macey Mac. Remember that name, M-A-C Mac. And big things ahead for you, girl. I know it. And you've done so many great things already. So.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. Thank you for having us on here. It's been a blast.
It's been my pleasure. Really has. Thank you so much. And Adam, you too. Pretty darn good guitar player for a drummer.
Thank you. I have to use every bit of my brain cells for sure.
Sounded good. You guys did wonderful. And folks listening, hey, what I always say, right on. W-R-I-T-O. Okay? All right. Thanks for joining us.
We hope you enjoyed this intimate glimpse into the world of songwriting and found inspiration in the stories shared by our talented guests. Remember, the magic of music lies not only in the notes and chords, but in the emotions and experiences woven into every lyric. Until next time, keep listening, keep creating, and keep the melodies alive.